Welcome back, everyone. I got something pretty cool today to show you. So it's winter here. We've got a lot of house plants in, and inevitably sometimes bugs come in with the plants from the winter, or they come from other house plants you have, and you can get pests. And spraying inside is messy. Nobody really wants to do it. They have a great solution. So here I got my gardenia, and I've noticed that it's covered with spider mites, which I'll show you in a little bit. So rather than having to spray this or move it outside or do any types of things, you get beneficial bugs. They range from ladybug size to very small. You won't even be able to see them. They're not going to leave the plant. So there's all sorts of different types for whatever your pest might be. Ladybugs, and the bigger ones work really good for greenhouses or your outdoor garden in the spring and summer. And some of the smaller ones that I'm going to show you work really well for indoors because they're so small, they're not going to leave the plant. They don't fly around your home. You're not even going to notice they're there, but they do a phenomenal job. So let's take a look. Pretty cool. Give you a lot of stuff. Now I see the ladybugs. Look at this. How cool is that? Whole bunch of ladybugs. Now I did not order these, but they do ship you free ones depending on your orders. Unfortunately, I do have a greenhouse that I can go release these in and some plants. But if you don't have space for these and you do order, just make sure you ask them not to send them if you don't have a spot for them. But these are pretty cool. I can put these in the fridge in a dark space for a couple weeks. They'll go into hibernation. But I use these in some of my tents, and they worked really well for thrip. Here we have some little boxes that you can hang on the branches. I'll get to that. What I love about these guys is they just have a ton of information, whatever you might need, and they send it all along for you. They got a catalog here. I don't know what this is. Pot screen. See, I didn't even order these, but nice to get something for free. So here we have our live bugs. There's one. Now these guys, I got two different kinds for my spider mites. These guys are in a vermiculite solution that you're going to sprinkle onto the plant, or you can put them in little carrying containers, and I'll show you that in a second. Always make sure you check to make sure there's nothing left. And the last one, these are called time release satchels, and they're really cool. These are what I'm most familiar with. And basically, if you open these up, it's a little satchel, and you can put this goes right around the stem of a plant. It even has an opening here to slip on, which I'll show you. And then you can see right here is a very tiny hole, and that's where the bugs can leave and start to breed and crawl all over the plant. This is such cool stuff. So let me show you how it works. Box first. Here are the boxes they send you. These are optional. You do not have to get these, but they just open up like this. And then what I'll do is I'll take some of this formula and sprinkle it in. And these also have holes right here with a little perforated right here. Little perforation that you can hang on to the branches. So similar to the same as the sachets, but this is for a bigger mix. Here's the gardenia. Now, spider mites are really hard to see. In fact, you probably won't see them. What you're going to see, right here you go. See all that webbing? You can actually really see the small spider mites if I zoom in. But those are all spider mites. A lot of times they're underneath the leaves. There's another one. You can tell by the speckled and the green foliage. So I want to get this under control, and I should have done it sooner. So here we are, the plant, and this, you're only really going to need one of these per plant. It's about this size. So I'm going to take this, you see right here, just going to loop it over, just going to hang it, just like that. We want to try and get it towards the middle of the plant, so that way the bugs can crawl out and have easy access. And you definitely want to hang it on a stem. You don't want to put it down here in the soil because the bugs are so small that having it on a stem allows them easy access to get through the whole plant. And one last tip is you don't want to get these wet. So if they're outside, you really want to try and put it in some foliage underneath, bottom water. These things really aren't meant to get super wet. So really good for indoors. Outdoors, not so well, but they have tons of different options outside of the bag. For example, you can get this same beneficial predator in here in a bigger form in a vial, which would be much better for outdoors. And since I had these that were pretty bad, I'm also going to use what I was just mentioning about a larger variety. This is a different species. I figured a two-pronged attack, and I'm going to put a little bit in the cup. Sprinkle a little bit in there, and then I'll just leave it right on here to hang. I'll do it on the other side. Just like that. And there you can see some bugs in there. I'm gonna add some more into this, but just wanted to show you guys. All right, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this. Pretty cool stuff. Make sure you check out these guys. Nature's good, guys. See you next time.